Hello coffee friends, today we're gonna look into ways to improve the preparation of your puck so that you can get the most out of your espresso. We will look into dosing, distributing and tamping. Is there any difference between dosing directly into the portafilter or using a cup? Is there a difference between distributing the coffee by hand or using a leveler? Does the size of your tamper matter, whether it's 58mm or 58.5mm? Do you need to tamper at all if you use the leveler? As for the equipment, we will use a bottomless portafilter with a double basket and the Xenia heat exchange espresso machine. For all shots we will keep the grind settings the same. We will always use 18 grams in, and we will look at the yield as well as the taste. Let's start with the first shot, dosing into a portafilter, then distributing by hand and using a 58mm tamper to prepare the puck. We will always use 80 grams in and we will always use 30 seconds. So let's see how this affects the yield, how the puck preparation affects the yield. Let's go for the first shot. And you can see it's a rough start, but it comes together in the end. And then here somewhere is a little bit of channeling, but all in all, it's a nice shot. I can't complain, and it tasted really good, really nice shot. Let's go over to the second shot, dosing into a portafilter, distributing by hand. But this time we will use the 58.5mm precision tamper. And it's the red tamper you see on the right side. It was given to me by a friend. He recently bought the Lilith Mara X, and this tamper comes with the machine, which is great. You can check his YouTube channel, I will leave a link down in the description. Again, I would say pretty similar. It seems like it got together a little bit faster, and it seems like a little bit nicer of a shot. And that's also true for the tasting afterwards. So it tasted a little bit round, a little bit less acidic. It was a really nice shot, really good. So now for the third shot, let's dose into the cup, distribute it by hand and use the same precision tamper again. I just wondered if there's any difference between, putting the coffee directly into the portafilter or using a cup and afterwards distributing and tamping. To be honest, I didn't see much of a difference, and I didn't even taste much of a difference. So the second shot and the third shot both seemed to be quite similar. Also the first shot wasn't far off when compared to the second and third shot, so those three shots were pretty similar. Now let's change the way we distribute. We put the coffee grounds into the cup, and then we will use the leveler to even things off and tamp with a precision tamper. For me, this was the most beautiful shot of them all. it was a little bit slower, so the yield was a little bit less, but it tasted brilliantly. The acidity was embedded perfectly. You really felt that the texture won. Was a great shot. And just to make things, a little bit more interesting, let's see if we can go away with just using the leveler and not using the tamper at all. And to do this, I adjusted the leveler to have the same depth as the tamper I would use. And here you will see something very interesting. Look at where the shot starts. All shots up until now started from the side and went to the middle, but this one started in the middle. That's really interesting, and I saw this only when using just the leveler. Taste-wise, to be honest, I didn't see much of a difference between the fourth and the fifth shot, so this was a brilliant and excellent shot as well. Now maybe it's easier to see the differences when we compare the shots next to each other. So these are the first three shots: 58mm tamper, 58.5mm tamper, and using the cup. And you can see all three shots are pretty similar, but the first one did take a little bit longer to, concentrate on the middle. And now let's see how the first shot stacks up against the leveler shots. One in the middle, leveler and tamper, and the other just the leveler without any tamper at all. And look at where the leveler shots start. The one in the middle on the right side and the other from the outside. So let's add some data. For me, the first three shots were pretty similar. We had 41 grams out with a little bit of channeling, 38 grams out, and 39 grams out. But in terms of taste, they were all pretty similar. One a little bit better than the other, but quite similar all in all. The change happened when we used the leveler. You see, the yield dropped to 33 grams out, or 32 grams out. And you were really able to taste the difference. The acidity was embedded way better. You were able to have a better body, a fuller body. It really tasted just better. And I used a generic leveler I bought off eBay for like 20 euros or something. Of course, I'm a beginner, this was not a scientific test. So if you're a pro, I'm sure you can pull perfect shots without using any additional tools. But maybe this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching, see you next time. Bye bye.